Okay, take two. Hi, if you were here a second ago, welcome back. If you weren't, welcome for the first time. Thank you for bearing with our technical difficulties. I'm going to start over. We have a normal week of new comic books. We're very excited about that because we got to read everything and not feel overwhelmed, which is very, very cool. We have 3 fantastic events coming up. I'll go in order by date.
All right.
On Thursday the 17th, which is next Thursday night, we have late night comics here at the shop. We're always very excited to do that and stay open for you guys. We'll have a ton of dollar books. If you buy 100 or more, they'll be 50 cents. I know there are a lot of new dollar books in this situation. Worth noting. That's awesome. The day after that, Friday the 18th, is Superman Day, right?
Yay.
That's
Superman
what they're calling
Day.
it. It's Superman Day. We're all excited about Superman here in Cleveland. That movie was filmed here. It's about to release this summer. We're about to bask in the glory of Superman over the summer as a town, as a togetherness, which is really awesome. So to contribute to that, on Superman Day, we have a bunch of Superman books to give away, which is super cool. John has a couple other ideas in the works as far as extra celebrating that. But to go along with it, which is available right now, and a segue into my third event, May 3rd is Free Comic Book Day, and our Free Comic Book Day poster is available now. So come and grab one. Come and grab one with a purchase. Anything you buy in the shop, take a poster with you. This is an homage to Superman number 233, which there is a facsimile edition of this week, so pick that one up with your poster. Take one with you. Take one extra to hang in your business or any public space you frequent. We're stoked about that. It is an homage, again, to Superman 233, classic Neil Adams cover, but with the classic Cleveland treatment of the arcade, the downtown arcade background. This, I think, was inspired by John being downtown on St. Patrick's Day and all the crazy green that appeared in the arcade. So I think that's where that idea came from. It definitely wasn't me. I definitely didn't put in a John's ear that we should use the classic Neil Adams Superman 233 Breaking of Chains cover, because I don't ever have good ideas. So, but please come get a poster. We really love giving these away. We've timed it out perfectly this year to have them available a month outside of the event, so all of the amazing artwork by Jameson Campbell can be spread around town. So that's super cool. So late night comics on the 17th next Thursday, Superman Day on the 18th next Friday, and Free Comic Book Day the first Saturday in May, as always, on May 3rd. I did mention that we have a ton of new dollar books. They are all at the front of the table, and you can peruse them at your leisure. But beyond that, I'm going to jump on first appearances and get to some new books, because Andrew's been yawning all day, and she's been making me tired.
You're welcome.
Amazing Spider-Man #1 comes out this week, close on the heels of issue number 70, which ended that previous ongoing series. But it is the first appearance of a character named Hellgate, who is not on the cover. He's in a backup story, and he's ancient and weird. It's not a great first appearance, but that's not my call. Storm number 7 is the first... Oh, got it. Managram.
Mamagara?
Yeah.
Mamagarin. Mamergarin.
Mamagarin.
It is a first appearance of a thunder god, like an ancient thunder god that Storm has to go at odds with. God, I'm so sorry you guys had to sit through that. Let's do new books. On this side of the table, we have Boom and IDW, and we'll get to Image here in a minute. So if you're waiting for that, it's on the other side because it's got a potent week, and we wanted to finish with it.
Lean over all these dollar books.
You got it. Not first appearance. Ugh. New issue, number 9 of Hello Darkness. It's got like 6 stories in there. There's a couple one-pagers. And what's really cool is we're seeing the rumblings of the first of some of these stories that appeared in earlier issues getting their own miniseries through Boom. So that's kind of cool that they're all leading that direction. There's your cover A. Here is a wonderful 1 in 20 variant for $10. Next to it, we've got a new issue of Power Rangers Prime. They're on issue number 5. Then we've got TMNT Night Watcher on issue number 7. I did not think it would go this far.
I don't
Here
think
it is
anybody
with
knew
an evil bear. So there's your cover A. Here's your cover B by Junie Ba. And here's your 1 in 10 variant for $8. And last from IDW, a new issue of Star Trek Lower Decks. They're on issue number 6. And it is a Titanic reference with dinosaurs. Now on Paramount Plus. You've got, from the Marvel side of things, collected editions, excuse me, X Factor on their first volume of the current ongoing series. Next to it, Venom War continues with their trade paperbacks. This one's the Wolverine and Deadpool appearances and miniseries. Then we've got Uncanny X-Men with their first trade paperback in the current ongoing series by Gail Simone. A long-awaited reprint from me, Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe Again. The third installment of these miniseries started last week in issues, and they're finally reprinting the second installment in the Again format. So if you read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, this is your natural next step. And then you got Annihilation 2099, which was a series of one-shots from Marvel last year. All kind of what-ifing the outer cosmic Marvel universe. My favorite collection of the week, Avengers Forever Omnibus by Jason Aaron. It is $100 of pure Avengers perfection. A little bit of multiversal travel, but through the eyes of some guys we know from the 616. Then we got 2 epic collections for you. It's Amazing Spider-Man Venom in epic collection, and then an epic collection of Rom, the Space Knight, the original Marvel years of Rom.
The first epic collection of Rom.
Yeah, the first epic collection of Rom. Someone somewhere is excited.
I'm excited.
There he is. There he is, ladies and gents. Very cool reprint from not Marvel, but through Marvel this week. This is Jack Kirby's Black Panther #1, complete with 3D glasses. So the issue is in 3D. You get some cool flippage as far as covers go, but I wanted to show off the glasses. And then next to it on the table, because kind of backed by popular demand, the Marvel Rivals one-shot from last week includes a digital download code for the game. As you can see from Andrew's handy-dandy sign. Right above that, another reprint for Marvel this week. The only facsimile edition for Marvel this week is 1977's Star Wars #1 from the first Marvel ongoing series. The only thing different is the price. Look at that ad. Look at that old ad.
So good.
So there's your cover A, and then we have a spiffy shiny foil variant available next to it for $10. On the Ultimate side of Marvel things, Ultimates #11 is an all Thor and Sif story taking place in the midst of them kind of getting their chickens in a row, ready to hatch. But it is a wonderful issue all about all the Asgardian realms and how Thor and Sif are kind of trying to straighten them all out. And it is one big rhyming narrative, which I think is wonderfully innovative as far as a modern Marvel storytelling method. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Here's your cover C. And we got a 1 in 25 variant available for $10. Phoenix is on issue #10 for Marvel this week for the ongoing series. There's your cover A. There's your cover B, which is freaking wonderful the more you look at it. Then we got Laura Kinney Wolverine on issue #5 versus Hydra. There's cover A. Here's cover B. And on the Alien side of things, Alien Paradiso wraps up their miniseries on a casino, space boat, and bloodshed. There's cover A. Here's cover B. You got to say something about that.
No,
that's what's happening. Daredevil, another joyless Romita cover with issue #20. I can't help it, man. The interiors are so good, and these covers are like inexplicable.
The interiors were amazing in this issue.
Cover A, and we got a really cool cover B. Storm's on issue #7. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Oh, her hair is the clouds. I didn't know that. That's cool. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider is on issue #12. Maybe my favorite cover A of the week, to be honest with you. It's really rad. There it is. And then your cover B for claimability if you'd like it. It's in space. Hulk, Incredible Hulk, issue #24. Andrew, read it?
It's still great.
All right.
There's some really interesting transformations in this one.
Mm-hmm. All Hulk or other people?
Do not expect. Just Hulk, but it's nothing I've seen before.
All right.
A lot of body stuff too. All right. There's your cover A. A couple covers for this one. Capcom cover B. Cover C is your Marvel Universe connecting cover. And a personal fave, cover D. And next to that, a 1 in 50 variant for $15 with all the sketch stuff on it. Uncanny X-Men continues the ongoing run with issue #13. Got a plethora of covers for that one too. There's your cover A. Cover B is the Capcom cover. Cover C is your Marvel Universe connecting cover. Cover D, character. Cover E is by David Mack. Got some Gambit action. Then you got the first 1 in 50 variant, the all art cover for $25 with that new character, and then another 1 in 50 sketch cover for $15. Doctor Strange of Asgard is our only One World Under Doom tie-in this week. They're on issue number 2. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Your cover C is the Marvel Universe Connecting cover. We've got a 1 in 25 variant for $20 and a 1 in 50 sketch cover for $15. And then the top 2 rows of the Marvel side are all Amazing Spider-Man. We're back to issue number 1 with a pickup from where they left off, but not in a really strict sense. This is a fantastic little primer of who Peter Parker is, but really kind of refocusing the efforts of Spider-Man and getting out of the muddy story arcs that they were in that weren't bad, but they were getting a little too intermingled for any new reader to kind of jump into. So we're kind of back to basics with Peter. The one thing I'll say before John Shear, as our Spider-Man expert, takes over.
No. Keep going.
Okay, the one thing I'll say before John Shear interrupted me was I do enjoy that Spider-Man is not kind of on his heels for this one. He's investigating, he's using his spider senses, he's caring about people and supervillains kind of in his aura, but also trying to take care of himself. But there's less of a huge world threat on him at this moment. He's kind of just like going back to square one. Like not in a superhero sense, but in a take care of yourself kind of sense, Peter. You know?
No, it's great. Like if you haven't read Spider-Man in a while and you're like, too much stuff's going on, I just want like a basic Spidey. This is what you want. Yep. Right here. It's great. First villain's Rhino, and Pete's insight into what Rhino's doing is great, and it leads into the whole main story.
Yeah, and there's a good like Norman Osborn backup story, so you do get the threads of the previous ongoing kind of untangling through into this one. And the first appearance was a little like, oh, there's that guy.
Yeah, he'll show up in like issue 6 or something, I'm sure.
Yeah. But he's in there. So if you need an excuse to buy Amazing Spider-Man #1, give it a shot. You got a first appearance to go along with it. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. It's not even in the book.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Gotta have some Black Cat cleavage on there somewhere. Thanks, Spider-Man. Peter's weak. There's cover C. Here's your cover C. Here's your cover D. Here's your cover E, personal fave. Cover F by Lee Bermejo.
I like cover F.
I like cover F a lot, too. I like that it looks like a suit that someone is wearing. It's not just superhero skin.
Yeah.
B, C, D, E, F. Below that is cover G, the blank cover. Oh, no, Kyle, you suck. Then we got the Spiffy Shiny variant with for $12. I like the web shiny.
Yeah.
Then we've got the 1 in 25 variant for $10. The 1 in 50 variant for $25. I like whoever put those together. That's cool. Then we've got the 1 in 50 variant for $35 with that all art cover. And now to Absolute Batman.
As he said, time for Absolute Batman, and there it is. And it's a new story arc. First appearance of Absolute Mr. Freeze, which is great.
Tell him.
And also first appearance of Absolute Matches Malone, which, if you have any sort of Batman like history, you know who Matches Malone is. They have absoluted him, and it's great. They have, and it is a wonderful story. Continues to be like the best of the absolutes. Maybe Wonder Woman's still like going, I want #1 shot
until the next Wonder Woman.
Exactly. Yes. There we go. But it's fantastic and a perfect like chance to jump in if you haven't already. If you haven't taken our recommendation, jump in with this. It's great, Mr. Freeze, and in a completely different way than we've ever seen him before.
Oh, new artist too.
So yeah,
for these two issues.
For these 2 issues, you get Marcos Martin. So it's beautiful. So there's your cover A. There's your cover B. Your cover C. We have a $10 1 in 25 variant for that one there by Amy Lee Reeder. Philip Kennedy Johnson's Batman Robins on issue number 20. So there's your cover A. And we have a 1 in 25 $15 variant for that one there. Fire and Ice, When Hell Freezes Over. I can't believe they got their second miniseries. Good for them. But they have switched powers after the Absolutes absolute power switch up, and they are trying to figure it out while being in Smallville and hanging out with Ma Kent and everything like that. And Fire decides that she's going to use some magic to switch them back, and bad things happen. And we get a Freaky Friday situation going on. So
wait, a reverse Freaky Friday, or is it Freaky Friday if they already switched?
It's a whole switch. So yeah,
switch.
Yep.
Freaky
Freaky
Friday.
Friday. So there's your cover A. Your Nakayama cover B. Very cool cover C. A spiffy, shiny foil variant for that one there. And then DC versus Vampires World War V is on issue number 8. And much like all the other ones, we have a new Batman. He's like terrible and awful and awesome all at once. Okay. And the dark side is still going, nope, I'm taking over this place. And you guys are all the worst. And
I still want Earth even with the vampires.
Yep. So yeah, it's great. Green Lantern Corps is on issue number 3. Batman Dark Patterns on issue number 5. Still the Scarface story and still fantastic. Aquaman's on issue number 4. He gets a new weapon in this one, and he is massively destructive with it and looking all regal.
Aquafist.
So, it is not an Aquafist, but yeah. There's your cover A, your cover B, and your $15 1 in 25 variant for that one there.
That was the cover that made me guess that his new weapon was a 7th and 8th ab.
It might have been. It might have been. DCOR presents Creature Commandos. Its final issue, 6 of 6. There's your cover A and your very cool cover B. Right below that, Action Comics on issue 1085. New story arc starts here. This one also takes place before Absolute Power. So there's your cover A and your $15 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Collective Works Batman Elmer Fudd, the deluxe edition. It has the color version of Batman Elmer Fudd. It has the black and white version, or as they call it, the noir version of it. And it has all sorts of other extras from Lee Weeks, like prepping it up. That being said, fantastic issue. Just collected in a hardcover for $20.
Yeah, near perfect one shot.
Yep. Booster Gold Complete 2007 series. This is book 2. Finishes off that series. Batgirl, Nobody Dies Tonight is all the Kelly Puckett and Damian Scott stuff from Cassandra Cain's run, and it is near perfect. It's great. Whole collection of DC finest. DC's Facsimile, as Ben said before, Superman 233. It is Kryptonite no more, nevermore. And this is where Kryptonite becomes a thing of the past to Superman. And it is a whole new era in Superman goodness, all written by Denny O'Neil. Kurt Swan does amazing artwork on it. And there's a reason why it's a seminal issue and why they're finally reprinting it just in time for Superman Day. So there's your cover A. Spiffy, shiny foil variant. And then we have a blank. We'll call that cover C. Cover D is the Superpowers variant. And then we come to
Book of the Week.
The Book of the Week. Vatican City.
By Book of the Week, we mean...
So Mark Millar has written a book where vampires have taken over the entire world. Ironically...
Nope. We don't know that.
We can assume that. Except for Vatican City. Because apparently the Pope and all his cronies have kept something within there that they want desperately. And it is... I am a Mark Millar apologist. I have read just about everything he's done. And I will say it is no bueno. It is like the artwork on this. It is a great concept, but my gosh, the artwork on this is like, for a man who's like, I want every book to be like so like well drawn. I don't know like what he did with this that he just gave up. So we'll give it to the person who loves the book even more than I do.
I'm not a Mark Millar apologist. This book is an unabashed failure. It is readable.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
It makes no sense, and this cover is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go.
So-
The cover B is not though.
Yeah. So buy it.
Like
Like,
vampires
prove
are
us
not
wrong.
hard.
Prove us that you really like the book.
You
There's-
should buy it to give it a shot and form your own opinion. But vampires are not hard, and somehow he made it more difficult than it needed to be.
Yeah.
I don't. Andrew's hand's gonna start hurting because we could talk about this book for
Yeah.
a long time.
All right. So there's your cover A.
It's
And
not a
then
court
there's your
jester;
cover
it's a
B.
Vatican guard.
Yeah. So,
Ugh.
and then small press wise, Patra from James Robinson and Scott Collins. That whole collection we've got there.
I wish we could swear on this thing because man, we would tear that Vatican City book apart.
Well, you would, but Time Waits by Zadarsky and Marcus Toe. That full collection from Distillery is here. Conan, Battle of the Black Stone. That full miniseries. We've got that collected here. Jump Scares on issue number 2
You gotta read a good
from,
horror book.
I mean,
Grab
here you go.
this.
Like,
You don't even need to read issue 1. If you just want to grab issue 2, they kind of re-explain the character a little bit. It's great.
And dude has a eyeball for a tongue.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Eyeball for a tongue and hands getting lopped off. Like, there's all sorts of stuff going on in there. It's crazy.
But back to how bad Vatican's. I'm just kidding.
Next to that, the Great British Bump Off Killer Bee Quilt. It's a silly, like, John Allison book, Max Sarin artwork, and it is just totally fun. We're gonna have like some just crazy British antics going on in there. There we go. That's the best way I can put it. Junji Ito has a new book, and it is called Something Zone. Liminal Zone Volume 2. So there you go. New Junji Ito book. Collections from Image. Spawn Godslayer. Full collection of that is there. The Spawn Violator series, the original Alan Moore one. We've got that there. And then regular Spawn, issue 363. We've got one cover for that. I'm going to pass this on to you because I'm losing my voice still.
New issue of The Moon is following us, which means there's 2 left, and I'm excited to read the whole thing all together. That's your cover A, and here's your cover B with a super unicorn on it. Big old row of Transformers. We're on issue number 19. We're taking a little bit of a break from the main story, but it's still tying in together. But this is an all Megatron one-shot, and it is super rad. It does catch you up on kind of where he's been or where he came from as far as interacting with the new current series, but this definitely is a flashback issue, and it is definitely awesome. I did not know the Sharkatrons were a thing.
Yes.
That is your cover A, bright and pink and beautiful. Here's your cover B. Here's your cover C. Your cover D is the blank variant. Then we got a couple ratio covers. There's a 1 in 25 variant for $10. There is a 1 in 50 variant for $20, and a whopping, while also spiffy shiny, 1 in 100 variant for $85. Worth mentioning, it's routinely selling online for over $100. Just saying. John didn't price them, I did. We got Geiger on issue number 13. Speaking of books that I could take the entire time and Andrea's carpal tunnel syndrome to talk about, I love Geiger. This issue is fantastic. It's in the middle of a story arc. You get a lot of questions, but a lot of answers. There's cover A. Here's cover B, featuring Nate the Nuclear Knight, who deserves a shout out. Here's cover C, which is unbelievably beautiful. But the end of this row is where this really shines, because G.I. Joe's Silent Missions is a series of one-shots. You saw the Beachhead one last week. This one by the artist Danny Go, sometimes is what they go by anyway, this is the best Frank Miller cover that was not drawn by Frank Miller. Just saying. This is an awesome cover. The whole book is this artwork, and it is Jinx in the middle of setting a bomb, just like any normal G.I. Joe mission, to blow up the Hydra base after they're all done. But she's got to get out. She's got to ninja her way out, and there's a lot of Cobra dudes in between here and there. It's a really, really great story. I wasn't overly impressed with the Beachhead one, but this one has a fantastic arc to it. Like, you are able to understand the urgency of this issue, and I really, really like it. There's cover A. Here's cover B for your claiming abilities, and then there's a 1 in 10 variant for $8.
It looks so good in black and white, too.
What's up?
It looks so good in black and white,
Oh,
too.
the 1 in 10?
Yeah.
Phantom Road is back after a year, which is something that kind of surprises, but Jeff Lemire is sticking by this book. It is an issue you can start with, though we do have the paperbacks to get you up to speed. It's a kooky, spooky book. I'll say that. Golden Rage is another series that's back with a well-timed new miniseries. One of Andrea's faves. You'll see it on her rec wall plenty. Kind of Golden Girls meets Hunger Games. A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. I'm selling it short. That's cool. Come and ask Andrea about it. And then we got some plenty of reprints. Image is doing great at this. So Transformers number 16 reprinted. Transformers number 17 reprinted. G.I. Joe number 3 reprinted. With 2 covers. There's your cover A for number 3, and there's your cover B for number 3. And a personal fave of all the staff, Assorted Crisis Events was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful beginning to an anthology book, I guess.
Yes.
It's a single story by itself. They're basically going to turn that whole, like, the world's an apocalypse thing on its head and really, really enrich the narrative storytelling in single issues. So this was a great book. We really love to recommend. Just a simply good reading experience. Hands down.
We sold out of it so quickly. They hustled in a second print, and we liked it so much that we ordered a bunch of them so you could read it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the, like, when you come in and you see, like, unanimous staff pick, this is going to be one of them.
Going on that book, for sure. Below that, exciting, Adventure Time has a new ongoing series. So Adventure Time coming back with a bang, issue number 1. And we got a couple covers for it. There's cover A. Here's cover B, very colorful. And then the 1 in 10 variant for $8, which I kind of priced blindly. So I kind of think Adventure Time followers should get a 1 in 10. I mean, that Rick and Morty 1 in 10 went up to like hundreds of dollars. And then one other all ages book coming out this week, Archie and Friends Level Up, just in time for some video game shenanigans in theaters.
I mean, there is a Minecraft story in there.
Jughead Pac-Man.
The Jughead Pac, eating burgers. Last thing on the table, but not least, is a beautiful statue that John had ordered, and it came in. That's the story. Vader's Little Princess is a really wonderful book by Jeff Brown, and it's a great statue too for $600. So, but that's it. That's a new comic table. It feels weird that we're not going on for another half hour of new books, but we're gonna process your fantastically apt requests and then go home to see our families and cats. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. We'll see you all for our wonderful events the rest of the month, but mostly tomorrow for your comics.